Kawasaki.
Alright everybody, so as most of you likely already know, not only do we have a fake Trackmaster Donald in the collection, this well, probably the best fake or maybe best looking fake they have out there, but we don't just have Donald, we also have his counterpart. We have Douglas to complete it, but you've probably noticed some things about this Douglas, or really one thing in particular. On Donald, I've added the windows that were originally on the Tomy model. That's just kind of to complete him, and I do plan to do that for Douglas as well, but I kind of want to take it a step further. He deserves a front coupling, and today I'll show you how exactly I do that, and my method for doing such on most locomotives. Now, technically the modifications for these two won't end there. For example, I want to get them both new 3D printed faces since they literally have the same one, but since I don't have those on me today, we'll just focus on what we can do, and that is making sure this dude can, you know, not to mention these things already are so strong. I just really want to see the consists that will result in. So with all of that being said, let's start with the simpler parts, the stickers. Alright, and that's the process for that. Nothing really too complex. Again, it's just taking two stickers or decals off and applying them to the front. Now comes the more complicated stuff, or things that'll be a bit more intricate. So inevitably, if you're adding a front coupler, there's a couple things you're gonna need, or that I need pretty much every time. One is the front coupler itself, or the hook coupler. We'll set that there. Two is the Dremel, and more specifically, this bit here. This is the, I'm actually not sure what specifically it's called. I just call it the disc saw, and again, the Dremel tool itself. And basically, I think that'll do it. Maybe a Sharpie, if I can find where I put one of those at. Even better, I got a Milwaukee. So, this is basically just to help you with your marks and where exactly that front coupler will go. Basically, just get the front coupler, the Dremel, the appropriate bits, and you're good. You're rolling. Oh yeah, also a spare bit of plastic, and you'll see what this is for here shortly. For now, let's go ahead and disassemble this model. Oh yeah, so I guess you'll need a screwdriver too, but I don't know if you're doing this, I figure you might have one of those on hand already. Open this dude up. So the thing about the fake Trackmaster Douglas, as you can see here, is it's mainly two parts. We have the chassis and the motor here, and here we have the entire body, the footplate, the buffer beam. It's all one big thing, and though it shouldn't be too extensive, both will require cutting. More specifically here in the front for the chassis, and in the coupler area for the buffer beam on the Douglas body. So I guess for now, let's go ahead and start with marking where those areas will be. Let's see, first off, our coupler will sit in the middle here, so we'll put not only a mark there, but also one in that front region. You know, just to make it easier for the video, we'll use a white pen here and here. We'll make the cuts. And again, this should be cut away, so don't worry if it's not the prettiest thing in the world. This is just guiding you for later. All right, so there's our chassis. We'll put the hole basically in that area. And same thing for the buffer beam. We'll go back to the black marker for this one. Let's see, I'm thinking this area will be here directly below the buffer beam, and we'll just see how far we have to go to line up this coupler. It's looking like it shouldn't be too far. We might even be able to keep most of that coupler on there. We'll see. But for now, let's go ahead and get this Dremel ready. All right, for this part, my best advice to you is just keep a steady hand, be careful, take your time. Remember, it's not a race. You're just doing this to have a better model. So take your time. You don't want to mess up. Just make these cuts clean. And I think we're going to start with the chassis, since that's the one I'm the most worried about, just to knock it out. And yeah, on that note, let's cut to a time lapse of doing that cutting. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, and with that, you should have enough room to fit that front coupler into the front area of the chassis. Now, as you can see here, mine is a tight fit, and I prefer them that way. I don't really like them to be able to wiggle too much, but still with enough functionability, as you can see there. But it sadly is still enough for them to come out. And there is a couple things you can do to strengthen that, and I'll show you one method really quick. Now, technically, once the body shell is on, this should be just fine. But if you want to, say, keep it from falling back in or just moving out of place, this is where this spare plastic will come in handy. Basically, you'll just cut that to size. And basically what you'll do once you have that cut is just slip that right behind the coupler. Looks like mine needs just a bit more trimming, and glue it down. I'm going to try to get it on that little arch, if you can see it there, so it won't mess with the fit of the actual body. So yeah, let's give that a shot real quick. And as you can see there, right behind the coupler, we've now built that wall that once this glue is dried, and I'll probably add just another layer right behind there, that coupler will have nowhere to fall into or something to catch it if it does fall back. You do want to try your best to keep the glue as far away from the coupler as you can, though. You don't want that getting stuck in place. Again, that should have at least some movability. That, again, should just catch it on the chance it wants to go back into this motor area. And for now, we'll leave that to dry and focus here on the body. So again, it's looking like the only thing we'll really need to do is take out this area right below the coupler, and maybe even the entire coupler itself. I guess we'll see as we do some test fits. We'll continue to try to fit this body to the motor as we go, and just see how much we need to take off as we do it. And I basically do that so I don't end up taking too much off and putting a giant hole in the front of this thing like it's a Bachman. Like, it doesn't need to look like Toby, you know what I'm saying? All right, with all of that being said, ladies and gentlemen, back to the Dremel. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and with that, you have a front coupler. Now, this isn't all the way put back together yet. As you can see there, we still haven't got that screw in, and you could do more here. You could make this area a lot bigger, and that would give a lot more movability, but you don't really need a lot. And yeah, I kind of prefer, again, my engines without a giant hole in the front there, and I still managed to keep just a little bit of that front coupler. So yeah, there you go. Whenever you do this, I have to say, make sure you do clean cuts, because as you can see there, mine are a little bit rough around the edges, and that is after sanding them down just a little bit to make them cleaner. And I'm probably going to go back, do that just a bit more. But yeah, for demonstration purposes, that's pretty much what you'll be left with on the body, and that should just fit right on like so. And there you go, you got a front coupler. This is the double header I've been waiting for. Forget the go-go engines, this is the one we all want to see. Now that's got me hyped. Ladies and gentlemen, I think it's time we take these lads over to the layout. Oh, also before I forget, there are a couple things you could do to these things to make them a bit more detailed. Like, for example, I'm very tempted to paint in these handrails once I get a better silver, or maybe even a paint pen, but there's that. There's, again, 3D faces, and there's also this. Boom. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got some 00 scale marker discs, and you could pretty much use these on whatever engine you wanted, but since Donald and Douglas are predominantly the ballast trains, you know, maybe give them a marker for that, or the configuration for that. I'm not 100% sure if I'll end up doing that permanently. I'll probably do that with like blue tack or something like that, and we'll have to find a method of getting them on, since they don't even have lamp irons. But yeah, that's just if you're interested in doing anything further. I kind of want to go run these trains now, so let's go do that. I'm not gonna lie, even this is cowardly compared to what these two can do. I just don't want to mess up the grass. Like, look. Are you kidding me? That's one. Just one of them. No issue there. He's gonna pop right back out. Wait for it. Yep. That other dude is not on. Just not on. Like it's nothing. What more can you say besides what the fuck?
Either subscribe, donate, or get the fuck out.